Okay, so I was watching Emblem Arms video on first-time cutters, and totally agree with him on everything on there. The only difference is he does European, whereas I do Japanese. So I figured I kind of do a video on your first time cutting, especially with the Japanese sword. And the thing with Japanese swords is he shows the percussion on the sword. The thing with Japanese swords, they're a very rigid blade, so you really don't have a percussion to them. But just so you know, for Japanese swords, this portion right here is for cutting. Center portion is for parrying. Base of it is for blocking. Okay, so when you cut, you want to be in here. This is the portion you want to be in when you cut with a Japanese sword. So, and the way I teach people, this is how I teach people. First, start off with a regular water bottle. The other thing you notice, I have a rag here. Make sure you have a rag, because carbon blades, you want to wipe down. You don't want to put back in the sheath or the scabbard. So Japanese swords, sword always, the handle goes to the right of your body all the time. And the reason being for that is because when you draw the sword, you use your body to draw the sword. You don't use your arms. So this way, you're already in a fighting stance and a defensive stance. So yes, you always want, whatever direction you're cutting, if it's right to left, the left side of your body is out of the way. Your arms, your hands, everything. So this is how I teach people when the first time they're trying to cut. Take the sword, you know, left side is behind you, and then line the blade up right where you're supposed to cut, and then pull back, and then go. To me, this is the best way I found for teaching people. That tree is kind of in my way. But these bottles are the easiest to use. And then this tells you too if your edge alignment is right on when you cut. Because if it isn't, like Emblem Arm showed, it's going to go flying away. And then to put the sword back, obviously, this takes practice. So when the sword goes back, it's still facing that direction. And I would say once you get comfortable with water bottles, because they're so easy to cut, you can move into something like a soda bottle. That's the type of cut you want. Nice, clean, no scalloping. Even though, if you're dueling or whatever, your strikes are not going to be precise. It's just the way it is, because it's chaos when you're actually dueling with the sword. Because, yeah, with Japanese swords, we use our core muscles to cut. In all swordsmanship, you use your core muscles to cut. With Japanese swords, it's even more so. Now, if you're going to cut one-handed, which you can with a katana, it's the same thing. Now, I took fencing. In fencing, you only use one hand, so your hand is either up here or behind you. I like, people put it across their chest, which is fine. or down by their hip. I like to do what I did in fencing, which is I take this hand and I just rest it just like that, because it's comfortable. That's the only reason why. And it's a good habit to get into because you know it's totally out of the way. And cutting one-handed is very difficult because you have to make sure your edge alignment is right on. Which that one was not. I could feel it. And that's what you don't want. Like I said, cutting one-handed is difficult. Very difficult to keep that edge alignment. Two hands are going to keep it on there much, much easier. This is my, you could say, one of my trademark cuts, if I can get the bottles to do what I want it to do. This is one way I like to do one-handed cuts. And then that one came out way, way, way better, much straighter. So there's different ways you can train yourself to do one-handed cuts. This way is very, very hard. But if you're going in upward motion or even downward motion, because you can kind of lock the sword into your forearm a bit. So it's like that, and it'll help keep your edge alignment. Or left-handed cut. Ah, now that one sucked. Left-handed cuts are difficult if you're not used to it. And I'm right-handed. But I do left-hand cuts. But anyways, take it slow. And like I said, use water bottles. Water bottles are the easiest to cut. So easy that you can just, if you have a good edge. The second thing, learning to control the sword. Because you don't want to be way over here. Whereas my cuts, I try to keep them very controlled. Because I stop right here. So if I'm stopping right here and you get into dueling, this means I can come back very quickly and block. But anyways, have fun with it. Be safe with it. And maybe I'll do more videos like this, because there is a ton of stuff that people can learn. So take it easy, and we'll see you on the next one.